Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. My friends, it is time for something new. New to me, anyway. And we are beginning today our journey into The Expanse. The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 1, Dulcinea. I believe I have that right because I'm pretty sure that's the muse of Don Quixote. I could be completely wrong about that. If I'm wrong, blast me. If I'm right, don't give me any credit. I should know that. My friends, normally what we do around here, or just to explain what I've been doing, is catching up on all of the science fiction that I missed. Either it came out before I was born, or it's something as a kid I didn't have access to, or as an adult, life got in the way and I just missed it. So I decided time to catch up on everything. And I've been embraced by the fantastic sci-fi community and the Star Trek community. And this is, again, when asked, and I explain what I'm doing, looking up all the science fiction, almost immediately someone will say to me, "Have you seen The Expanse?" And so after a few thousand of those exchanges, I realized it's time to do this. So my friends, without any further ado, if you could hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and ringy ding ding that bell for notifications, you'll be alerted anytime we go live with any science fiction material. And of course, if you'd like any of that material early or in its full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description, my friends. A lot of exclusives, great community, growing library. Join us. That would be nice. But my friends, all that is then, this is now, and now it's time for something brand new. The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 1, Dulcinea. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. I know nothing about this show. I know that it's supposed to be realistic. I know that it's supposed to be, a set in our world. Obviously our solar system's being shown here. I know nothing other than that it's in the future. And I guess we're beginning space exploration from the way that it's kind of been described to me. And that's it, friends. So here we go. Hopefully I didn't pick somebody that's an asshole for cosplay. 23rd century, humans have colonized the solar system. The UN controls Earth. Okay. Mars is an independent military power. I'd like to hear how that went. The inner planets depend on the resources of the asteroid belt. Belters live and work in space. In the belt, air and water are more precious than gold, I can assume. For decades, tensions have been rising. Earth, Mars, and the belt are now on the brink of war. Wow, the belt's its own? And all it will take is a single spark. Is she hiding? Really good anti-grav shot with the hair. Really good. Oh, she's trapped. Or incarcerated. I can't tell if that's a spacesuit or like a penal outfit. Oh, is she out of water? Whew, God, that would suck. That would suck. Maybe not. Oh God, I thought she was in space. Well, it didn't seem too hard to get out of there. I'm gonna try not to ask too many questions because that's all I do. Just let it cook. Let it marinate. Oh my God, Half-Life vibes here with that great big wrench. SOS, is that specific to the engineering bay or was it sent like ship-wide? I lasted a real long time not asking questions, didn't I? It's beautiful. Beautiful effects. Okay, so if this is engineering, is this like... Again, the questions. What the hell was that?
But the immense wealth and resources that flow through our gates were never meant for us. Belters work the docks. loading and unloading precious cargo. We fix the pipes and filters that keep this rock living and breathing.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
One day Mars will use its might to wrest control of Ceres from Earth. And Earth will go to war to take it back. It's all the same to us. No matter who controls Ceres, our home, to them, we will always be slaves.
And whoever controls it, you're still controlled. Yep. How long has this been generationally? There you are.
We'll get killed if we're around. Look around here.
We could run him in for inciting.
Time and a place.
Hey, you, Batch.
Ooh.
And when the blood is on the wall, Sasake, which side you're on?
Yeah, I'll know.
See you then. Well, voila.
What is well walla?
My question exactly.
Traitor to my people.
Oh, shit. So is Thomas Jane's character like a belter that became like a cop, I guess, or a detective?
Så det var med vänta vid men alla det andra kom.
The subtitles say Belter Creole. That's crazy. I love new languages, or evolved languages, maybe in this case is the best way to say it. Wow, these sets are dressed to the nines. Wow. It's like Blade Runner.
Your muscles don't develop right.
Oh,
I guess
wow.
that's from generations in low G, huh? Someday, say every belter's gonna look just like that. What's your tell?
Let me help you with that, and your Lord. This one. Yes, spurs at the top of his spine where the bones didn't fuse right. He disguises himself. He's just like me.
You get nothing like you, Longbone. Take your OPA bullshit back to the Medina. Wait for the revolution.
Wow, there's so much going on. You know, I do love shows that are just like, you should know this. Go. You'll learn. Go. I appreciate that because the writers have too much to do, you know? They don't have to spoon feed us the backstory.
I trust you change those air filters, right?
For compliance, Miss Sasa.
Good.
Now arriving, Midtown
You need to pay a visit then.
Station.
Oh, so he's on the take, I guess, or being bribed, or I don't know what that was. Star Helix Security. This is crazy. Really great.
Any laws against beating up suspects?
No laws in series, just cops.
Whew.
I have something for you. New contract. Just you. Not Havelock, he's too new. I need someone discreet.
Say no more.
I've linked you into the files. Little lost daughter case. Ariadne and Jules Piermont.
Mal Kwiatkowski Mercantile?
They're Luna-based. They do a lot of shipping through here.
And they misplaced a daughter.
Oh, that's our girl from the beginning.
Why did the parents want her found all of a sudden?
Probably got tired of her embarrassing the old man.
Just the little things, the humidifier, all these things. I mean, that's... Ice Trawler, Canterbury, near Saturn. So what's it, pool in ice?
But I would drag my... Watch out!
Whoa. Oh! Wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect this.
Gravity hazard.
Gravity has returned. Gung, gung. Who's holding?
All right, I'll hunt him down.
Okay, he's holding.
And you wouldn't need a prosthetic. It regrows the limb perfectly.
Screw the inners in their magic general. No offense, Holden. No, I'd rather a belter built fake any day.
Oh, did he need that?
You won't let them screw me out of an arm, will you? I don't want to use one.
It's a clock puncher like you, Bash.
You didn't sign the PRP.
I didn't sign the what?
It's the retrofit.
Boy, there's a ton of characters. Wow.
Naomi says it'll happen. You take it to the bank.
Listen, kids, I've been here longer than you.
I would not be riding in that elevator, turbo lift, whatever it is.
Hold this old barge.
Truth.
Dear God.
You must tell me the amazing story of how you managed to become a second officer.
Second officer for Holden.
Welcome to the rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Sarah's station, here we come. Please adjust your tray tables and seat backs into their upright and locked positions.
Boy, that's a saying that is extended far beyond its lifespan.
I gotta get XO on it. Have you seen him?
If I said I had, I'd be lying.
This XO is a mystery. He apparently is nowhere.
All right, I'm coming in, and I don't want to see anything hairy.
Is he like a drunk? You know. A lot of XOs like to drink. Battlestar Galactica. Or is he? Oh, good art, strange art and guns. That's a lovely combination. My man's got dirt on the floor.
You know what I just can't figure out?
This will be good.
We make it all this way, so far out into the darkness.
Oh boy.
Why couldn't we have brought more light?
I hear you. Okay, come on now, X. Whoa, 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 whoa!
You pierced the hall where we all got some big problems. Oh, wow. This guy's the XO.
Just lay back, real slow, okay? What's that?
They're strapping him down. This is no bueno.
He started talking to his plants about 6 months ago. I figured he would have pulled himself out of it.
That's a dive maybe you can't pull out of.
Are you kidding? Oh. I thought I was getting my walking papers.
What for?
Oh, fraternizing with our navigator, for starters.
People like you. You get things done, you're gonna make a good XO.
You got me pegged wrong, Captain.
Captain's never wrong. First lesson free.
Why is he always like, I'm just a guy?
Face it, this is your home. It's your family.
Is this where we hug?
One of these days, Earth and Mars are gonna bury the hatchet and hammer out a treaty.
Yeah, and now you're dreaming, Cap.
Who's in charge of Mars? I really want to see that.
What makes you think I want to see Earth again?
You a wanted man back in Montana?
Maybe I am.
Montana.
I don't care about your past. Everybody on the cant's hiding from something.
Yeah, I appreciate the offer, Cap.
Hey, boss, we need you out here. You gotta see this.
So the ship's called the Canterbury, but they call it the Cants? I like that.
Picked up a mayday. Looks like a live freighter. Calls itself the Scopuli.
Anyone else in the vicinity?
No, sorry, Bob. We are the only ship in 3 million clicks.
Of course we are.
Got it. Next to a charted non-belt asteroid.
Pirates? Not pirates, but poaching.
I'm well aware of the statute, Miss Nygaard.
Nygaard's a navigator.
Delay means we lose our berth at Ceres. Kiss our on-time bonus goodbye.
This never works out well.
Goes around, comes around. One of these days, it's gonna be us stranded out there.
I'm with the captain. I hate.
Purge the logs. We never received that signal.
Ooh, man, a lot of people making their own rules out here in the Expanse. Clean your internet browser history.
Thanks for backing me up on that distress call.
That's not his job.
Be on the short path to captain.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to, for some reason.
There's right now and there's later. Why worry about later, right?
Right.
Love
on,
the
Jim.
one you're with.
Lie down.
Jim Holden.
I won't lay a finger on you.
I don't like that prom. Holden says, I hope you don't keep that.
Can't sleep. I'll take over.
I'll buy you a bottle on Ceres.
I'll settle for a good cup of coffee.
Holden, what's your play here, bud? There's some weird things going on here. Doesn't want advancement. You hiding? Was that a match head that he just put into his drink? Or did he crush up a pill? I couldn't see that. And there is a rat aboard? Oh, this is the SOS? Wonder if that's the ship that we saw at the very top of the episode. One where she had like 2 drops of water and... There's a voice in there. That was I think that sounded like just so everybody knows, I don't watch these with subtitles, just so I don't have anything spoiled for me. I like to learn all the characters' names organically instead of having them like spoon-fed to me. I know it's probably dumb, but I catch everything in editing as far as spelling, because I'm a terrible speller.
How many times have I told you? This calls for tickling.
Tickling? This calls for me throwing you outside.
That's the advantage of being a grandparent. I get to hand him up to his mother.
She is the voice. She does VO work for Destiny the game, and she was the person in charge of the Future War Cult.
There's someone I need to talk to.
Great voice. Can't remember her name. Man, this is fascinating. Boy, oh boy, I don't think I've ever watched a show where you in Black Site. Hampton's Island.
You've been linked to a radical faction of the OPA. Are you just a courier?
The OPA, oh my God. Oh, these are the belters, okay.
All you have to do to make it stop is talk.
I like how everybody like stretches as they become like generational belters.
You were carrying contraband stealth technology. What was it for?
God, they are throwing us in the deep end.
Give him another 10 hours.
Dear God.
If he survives, call me.
I was gonna say, it doesn't even look like he's gonna make it 10 minutes. Okay, so that was the girl from the beginning. Oh, he's on the hunt. I am digging his character. Is there like a sickness going around? Looks like it.
What's up, Doll?
Cheap ass air filters cracked out, second time this month.
I guess this guy pays well to be taken care of, huh?
Yeah, he pays our bosses pretty well too, pal. Look, don't try to save the whole station on your first day. Pace yourself.
Okay, so that guy said he changed the air filters, but apparently is a huge fucking liar. If I'm reading that correctly, there's so much going on.
By some anonymous piece of shit do-gooder aboard this ship.
Somebody has a soul.
Holden, you'll head up this rescue or salvage, whatever we're calling it. Put a shuttle team together.
So Holden, you are working a couple angles here, buddy.
Naomi, how's the night looking?
She's one leaky lifeboat. She should be able to manage 50,000 clicks in vacuum.
Oh boy.
This is Holden. We've logged a distress call near CA 221-6862.
We're obliged to change our course and respond. Make sure your acceleration drug dispensers are full. This will be a high G maneuver. Prepare for flip and burn.
I would do horrifically in this situation.
Here comes the juice.
Is this to keep him awake or keep him alive? This is crazy shit right here. Oh, why would you even do this if it's going to destroy your ship? It defeats the purpose. I mean, you'll be on the drift if, I don't know, acting like I've seen this. I don't know what this does. Okay, I'd like to see what it does to the people inside. Does it knock them out, keep them awake? Obviously, it's survival, they have to do it. And this is the shuttle that may or may not make it to 50,000.
If your girlfriend logged that distress call, she's gonna be living it down for a long time.
Did he like set her up so she...
I did it.
I'd keep that to myself if I were you.
I like their uniform jackets or jumpsuits.
How was my sweet old rust bucket today?
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
So the pilot of the main craft of the Canterbury is also the pilot of this?
Be a 2-hour trip to the Tango Flying Tea Kettle.
Thank you, Canterbury.
Welcome, Knight.
Knight. Okay, Knight. Cool.
No heroes, Captain.
Clear to leave the barn.
Good luck. God, there's so much going on, everybody.
She's off the clock.
Then she can tell me that.
Take a hike, mustache.
Juliet Andromeda Mao. She's the richest bachelorette in the system. Admit it. Miss me. Miss these little chads.
Good night.
I feel like I'm in school, which is not a good thing for me to retain anything.
For God's sake, you look like hell.
He's Thomas Jane. He looks great. I have to disagree with you there. Yep, that's that name I couldn't read before. God, I have so many notes.
Well, the big array on the can's reading.
No one within a million clicks. Looks like we're the only game in town.
Well, we came, we looked, we left. No one's gonna know if we set foot on that thing.
You'll know.
Take us in. And Alex, something nasty's hiding in that ship. We bolt like hell and melt anything behind us in the slag.
Good plan, Oz.
Alex is the pilot. Oh, they're going in hot. Man, tense. A lot of tension in this. Done very well. The respiration and the maglock boots, the sounds are adding nicely to the tension. Good stuff.
How do you think that happened?
It wasn't a torpedo. A breaching charge did that.
Pirates.
Amos. Keep that gun out.
Amos is the guy with the gun.
Engineering first. I want to know why that reactor's offline.
Reactor wasn't killed by the blast.
Good shot.
So if everyone's dead, who turned it off?
Well, it wasn't pirates. They wouldn't left all that behind.
And they left all the pressure doors open.
Really like that shot. It's almost like it's inside the mask, but it's still outside because we're hearing the electronic. Please don't be our head in there.
All right, meet us on the bridge.
I'm digging this. This is...
Where are all the bodies at?
Just suits. We saw that empty suit at the beginning. Well, the ship still has an engine, so technically they could take it.
A distress beacon with dead comms.
I'd be making the call to get the out of there right now. There's still a light there. Power.
It's a transmitter.
Let them know when anybody's got on the ship.
Alden, ship just appeared near your location.
How is that possible? You cleared us out to 1 million clicks.
We're setting you a rendezvous point. Get the hell back here.
Oh boy. So Holden, I don't believe you're like, I just have a conscience. And if it was a really dumb move.
Damned if I know. Just suddenly it was there.
Stealth tech. It has to be.
The hell has stealth like that?
Well, we just heard about that from the Belter back on Mars. Oh, Mars has stealth tech? Meanwhile, at the power washing seminar. Is that a little holographic bird?
How old?
2.5. How about you? Any kids?
Yeah, no. I missed that boat.
So like the stacks.
There you go, pal.
So is that a real bird flying in like low G? That's why it looks so weird.
We had an understanding, detective! An arrangement! You can't just... It was a mistake! Ah!
Air is good, don't you think? Keep those filters clean, asshole.
I like him.
Hold and advise.
Torpedo launch! We're gonna
Oh, torpedoes?
lead the torpedoes into the rock.
What is your situation? Please advise.
6,000 clicks.
They weren't shooting at you.
Those weren't meant for us.
Canterbury.
Canterbury burn like hell, you got incoming. Wait 30 G burn. Do it, now! Range!
2-4, closing.
Stand by cargo door. Take a hit. Just stay calm. They just want the cargo. We'll SOS start negotiations for prisoner release, okay? Just...
There's something you should know.
They don't want anything. They don't want anything. They just want you gone. Those aren't pirates. They destroyed everything. Holy shit. Holy shit. I mean, the ice would have to have been like vaporized, right? So there's no cargo. Oh my God, wow.
Nuked her. She's gone.
Holden, that's on you, bud. I mean, I hate to say this, bud, but that's something you got to live with now. Oh shit. And that is that, they say. Is there any like, holy smokes, everybody. Well, that was a beginning. All right, my friends, we just got done watching The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 1, Dulcinea, and it was a banger to say the least. My friends, the only thing we have left to do now is, of course, talk about it. All right, my friends, we just got done watching The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 1, Dulcinea, and this was, in a word, dense. I mean, wow, what a lot of information. I said during the reaction, I actually really enjoy when the writers say, you're going to catch up. Just, this is the world. We don't have to have, the tutorial section of a video game here. Here's the world. Here's how it's presented. You're going to pick up the politics and everything as we go. You're going to pick up the character characteristics, the character actions, the characters bent as we go. We're going to show you examples so you can start to build your own type of opinion about everybody. But boy, oh boy, this show, it pulled no punches with everything. I mean, we had action on Earth, albeit that was probably the smallest little, that was like the C plot. We had the action that was on the series station, which was Thomas Jane's character, who I think is Miller. I don't know his first name, and if he did, I just missed it. I mean, there's just so many. So we have the missing person that was on that ship, the Scopuli. I believe that's how they pronounce it, Scopuli, I think. Wow. I mean, okay, so we have the missing person who is apparently, daughter of a very wealthy or very powerful or both person. That's the person Thomas Jane's looking for. Her name was Juliet Mao. So we have Juliet Mao, who Thomas Jane's character is looking for. That's a plot, but in two different locations. She's on the Scopuli. He's on the Ceres station. So obviously he's not going to find her. Neither of them are going to find one another where they currently are. We had the action aboard the Canterbury, which I think was supposed to show us basically the life of a belter or a miner. We got to see the domestic lives of belters and how they're, growing taller because of the low G. All of this information being thrown in here. I love it. It's fascinating because we're not being spoon fed. This is a fire hose. And this is, them saying, here's the world. Boom. You're a part of it now. Start treading water, you're going to sink. And I love it. And I didn't mean to take so many notes while I was doing this or to stay quiet, but with first episodes of anything, I like to do that to make sure I don't miss anything. And with this one, so many names. And I'm sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure that Thomas Jane's character's name was Miller, but I am not by any stretch of the imagination 100% sure. So we had the action going on over everywhere. And then, of course, we had the only information they actually gave us before we started was that Mars is an independent sovereign nation. Earth is controlled by the UN. Earth and Mars are not getting along. And so I'm very curious as to who settled Mars. Like, was it a joint international? I'm a huge fan of For All Mankind. And so we have like a kind of I'm very interested because currently in their season 4, there's a lot of like Mars politics being put into play in that particular series. And I'm wondering, and I have a pretty decent idea. My theory is they're going to declare their independence at some point too. But I'm wondering, who was the original founders of Mars? And so I would love to be able to see, how all of that fit in, just to kind of give myself a foundational build for the politics of like when they were where we are and how they got to where they are. What were the historical rights and left turns that were taken, as far as who got there first and all the inner political things that went on. I mean, there's a ton of stuff just to kind of set yourself up for where you are. But, I don't want to speculate too much because I'll get myself off on theories that'll be disproven. So I'm only going to go with the facts that we have as they are kind of presented right now. We have 3 distinct, almost like nationalities now, planetaries now, I guess. Mars, Earth, and the Belters. And the Belters seem to be, or at least they believe themselves to be, slave labor, sent out to the belts to mine the asteroids and send the wealth back via, I guess, corporations to Earth or Mars. So, they're the labor that's running the galaxy, but the people that are running the galaxy are equipped or seated on Mars or Earth. Okay, so I'm not going to speculate too much about that. I want more information about that, and that's different because I'll start to think about things, and it'll ruin and color what we have going forward. So the only thing that we can do at this point is try to get a lasso around each of the characters that we have. We've just lost a crap load with the destruction of the Canterbury, presumably. I don't think there was any way anybody could have gotten out of that. I mean, Holden made it sound like, there was a possibility once you're hit, blah, 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 but those weren't like breaching charges or torpedoes. He said they nuked her. So obviously they were going for complete destruction, which is insane because if they were pirates, which they are quickly ruled out because they said they had stealth tech, which was only available on Mars. So now we have Mars has a bit of tech that definitely gives an advantage to that planet government. If they are the only ones that have it, that is a pretty substantial boon as far as war or negotiations or espionage. All of that goes into play. So, I mean, there's just an incredible amount of information that they dropped on us. We had the various kind of points to give us an idea of who we're dealing with. But I usually, when a character initially gives us actions that we are to attribute to their core. For instance, Thomas Jane's character, Miller, I believe, whenever he took the bribe, from the guy that was supposed to change the air filters and then just assumed that he had done it, and then everybody got sick because they had not been done, had not been completed. He went through the guy in the airlock and was going to, or vacuum or whatever that was, that he was kind of robbing the space of air. I'm assuming airlock. We're supposed to take from that, I assume, that we're supposed to take from that, yes, he's tarnished, but he's kind of an anti-hero. When push comes to shove, he'll do the right thing. Okay, I will definitely give what the writers have provided at that point, but we can't say, oh, Thomas Jane's, Miller's a great character. I can't. At this point, he's a tough guy with a heart of gold or something like that. Sure. I don't usually apply those type of things to somebody until I really get a good idea. And that's when the rubber hits the road, you get to see the real person. And I don't think that we've seen that yet from that character. Holden's character, again, we're provided with this, I just couldn't let it go. I don't buy that because he didn't seem distraught by it. And if he had been distraught by it, he wouldn't have provided the kind of cover that he gave himself by being the one that hey, purge the records. I don't want to see that or anything. There's more in there on Holden's side than anything else. I don't understand why he told Nikki, I believe that's the woman that went with him in the pod. She has like a neck tattoo. I don't understand why he confided in her, because she immediately said, don't tell anybody that. So either he is a guy that, again, we have somebody that doesn't want to advance. We have somebody that doesn't want the XO, acting XO, he said, doesn't want to be on a fast track to be a captain. He's comfortable being a second officer or wherever he is right now. I guess he's captain now. But with all that being said, his actions don't mesh. He argued at first, we don't need to go to that. It could be a pirate, agreed with the captain, then snuck in, I couldn't sleep, I'll get you a bottle of something, a cup of coffee. Sits down, actively goes through, and he doesn't seem distraught. Like, he doesn't seem like he's while he's enhancing that audio and listening, he doesn't seem like he's, torn as to what he's doing. He seems determined and kind of focused on getting that little bit of information to kind of solidify the info that he needed. Again, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to speculate just with a very broad thing here. When he heard the name of the craft, I think I'm going to go back in editing and actually watch this. When he heard the name of the craft, I think that triggered something for him. That scopuli, I'm pretty sure because that's what he kind of honed in on. They couldn't hear anything from the message. It was garbled, but that kind of prompted him to either say to have it erased, then go back through and then check for it and then redirect and all that good stuff, or send it to HQ to have them redirected. Woo, friends. Verbal diarrhea here as I try to, put my thumb on this. This thing's wild. It's a fire hose that's out of control. I need a couple people to help me, get this bad boy, centered and focused on where it needs to go. But like I said, I love it. I love I love when the writers look at the audience, figuratively, look at the audience and say, you know what? We're not going to take it easy. We're going to go. Let's go. Let's jump. I always attribute starts like this to a writing team or group or person that doesn't know how much time they have. You know, we're signed for 5 episodes, we're signed for a 10-episode season. Okay, I don't have time for a tutorial session or an explanation. I'm going to give you all this stuff on the fly. I can work it into my story by providing this backdrop of, life on Ceres Station, life on the Canterbury, a little bit of life on Earth, a hint, kind of a cloaked, veiled tension about what life or the people are like on Mars. Very vague, we're not going to give them too much. And then to give them stealth tech even kind of adds to that kind of, like I said, that espionage or that like black ops kind of feel that you have with Mars right now. At least I do right now. It's great. I am very impressed with the first episode. I think the effects were fantastic. I think the anti-grav scene at the very top of the episode when we saw Juliette Mao with her hair kind of flying around. Shots like that probably were expensive to execute, but they set such a quality tone that I think they're so important in science fiction. You have to have kind of an establishing shot with science fiction, so your audience knows what type of science fiction they have. Is this going to be hard science? Is this going to be more of a lighthearted, hey, we're so advanced now that you're not going to recognize a lot of the science that's involved with all of this, but you'll come to accept it. In many ways, that's Star Trek with the transporters and things like that. Oh, okay, that's how it works. Cool. I don't really have a point of reference for that, but cool, I got it. With this one, we're going to give you a lot of what's going on, assume that you know how all of this stuff works, and then we'll provide you with just a little touch here and a little touch there about what life is really like in this technology level of human civilization. Great, great stuff, my friend. I'm hooked. If you haven't, my mind is whirling. I will be thinking about this one well after I turn the camera off. I cannot wait to get to episode 2, and I might, let me see what time, I might be able to squeeze another one in here, friends. So with that being said, if you stuck with me this long, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you too will be alerted the next time we go live here on YouTube with any of our science fiction, Star Trek, The Expanse, anything. You'll be alerted and can join us. And of course, if you'd like any of our offerings early, like I said before, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Join us. We'd love to have you, my friends. But for now, I think that's it from the darkness of the Expanse. Why didn't we bring more lights? And why didn't we bring more lights? I'm going to remember that line because I think it was very prophetic. Why didn't we bring more lights out here? My friends, until we meet again, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.